Two commitments in 2 days. Notre Dame is staying hot on the recruiting trail here in July with the recent commitment of Brophy College prep wide receiver Devin Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, the son of former Arizona Cardinals receiver Larry Fitzgerald, is a three-star prospect ranked the number 100 receiver on 247 Sports and the number 487 prospect and number 79 receiver in the composite. This is Notre Dame's second receiver commitment in the last 2 days and the fourth overall in the class of 2026. And Irish Illustrated has the full breakdown of exactly what kind of talent Notre Dame is getting in the NFL legacy right here on Irish Illustrated Video Analysis. Much like his father, Fitzgerald is a master of the contested catch. That's, making catches through contact. That's making catches where he has to leap over someone at the catch point. That's using his athleticism, to make, leaping kind of acrobatic grabs along the sideline. That's all very much so in Devin Fitzgerald's bag. And that's a skill set that lends itself to the boundary receiver position where his skill set projects him to play at the next level and where he predominantly plays at the high school level. However, there are reps where you'll see him bump into the slot, which is interesting because Notre Dame does like these more sure-handed, bigger body players in the slot when they can get them, as we see with Jaden Greathouse. So perhaps there's a little bit of utility to move him around there. Additionally, Fitzgerald is really good at the timing-based routes, comebacks, curls, things like that, where you deploy a lot on like gotta have him routes or trying to move the chains. He's excellent at those situationals. Now, like Finley, I described yesterday as a selfless player, Kaydon Finley, I should say. Devin Fitzgerald's also a selfless player. He will make sure he's finishing the reps as a blocker and giving his ball carriers behind every opportunity to advance up the field and get into the end zone. Devin's not the most explosive player on tape, especially coming off the line of scrimmage. There's not the same kind of juice that maybe you would see from a Dylan Faison or a Bubba Frazier or players of that caliber, or of that build, I should say. But there's still a very enticing element to Devin's game that, as someone who watched a lot of Larry Fitzgerald, you can see a lot of his dad in his game. Is he quite as explosive? No. Is he quite as big? Doesn't quite look like it. But he has a lot of elements of the Larry Fitzgerald game that you would appreciate as an offensive coordinator, especially on those clutch and money downs. This pickup for Notre Dame is someone who is going to not only be able to contribute along the boundary side, but could potentially have flexibility to bump inside, like we said. So there's a little bit of versatility here that maybe wasn't immediately present on the junior tape. And I'm getting some of that from his recent performance at OT7, the 7-on-7 tournament, where Fitzgerald looked like he was able to dominate from any area of the field. This is a pickup for Notre Dame where they have an opportunity to build on a player who not only fits Notre Dame, who buys into everything they have to offer and is bought in for the long haul value of the Notre Dame degree, but it gives them someone with excellent bloodlines and pedigree to be able to work around, in addition to the already established skill sets that he's gotten from working with his father over the years. All told, the addition of the three-star Fitzgerald is a building block piece of this class for Notre Dame. It's a higher upside than his ranking prospect with NFL bloodlines and pedigree, with that internal sort of in-the-house coaching from his dad. There's a lot of elements to this take that Notre Dame and coaches everywhere can appreciate. But the biggest value add for Notre Dame is they needed someone who could line up at the boundary in this class. They needed a boundary receiver skill set, pure boundary receiver skill set that they could add to this class. Is there some flexibility? Sure. But ultimately, where Fitzgerald is right now fits that need for Notre Dame and checks a major, major box in the class of 2026. This has been Irish Illustrated Video Analysis with me, Eric Thomas, covering the commitment of Devin Fitzgerald, the fourth receiver commit for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the class of 2026. Thanks for watching.